Yes, I have gone to some of these young adults' car meets, but I have never gone to anything so exciting and wonderful as a street takeover. They must be magnificent up and until somebody does something stupid and kills somebody.
Hey, hello! Hope you're doing great today. I am Burke. Welcome to Road Odyssey, and this is, in a weird way, helpful tips on street racing, street takeovers, and whatever kind of mayhem you may be getting involved in. I would presume that if you're a bona fide adult, uh, maybe not so much in age, but in your behaviors, in your way of thinking, this stuff may be really common sense and things that you already know about, or they're just things that you don't have to worry about because you don't involve yourself in illegal activities. But if you do involve yourself in illegal street car related activities, this is a bunch of stuff that you might want to be aware of and think about before you go out and do something stupid. So let me just go ahead and get into this without a bunch of babbling. So here we go.
In case you don't know what a street takeover or sideshow is, this is where a large group of young adults get together to demonstrate their automotive prowess. They are fantastic and they want to show it to everybody. Now, this is something that began back in the 1980s. Now, what are all of these fantastic stunts that they do? Well, it's donuts. That's pretty much it. It's also what they say ghost riding, which is basically climbing all over the car and doing stuff with the car as far as car body interaction is concerned. So kind of goofy stuff that can get you killed. Now, the other thing you would look forward to at these street takeovers is violent incidents such as fights and shootings. You know what? If I had me a fine girlfriend, I think that this is the first place I would take her to impress her and show her how great I am. If the sideshow or street takeover wasn't enough to impress all your friends or your girlfriend, whatever, or just to get your kicks, you might want to try street racing. Now, this is kind of funny. I don't know how Wikipedia has very little information on street racing, but there you go. I thought this was a rather cleverish, funny little video about street racing here in Dallas. You got to be a little patient watching this video. I clipped it in half. So basically the two cars zoomed on past this one dude and he just moles along, only to find out that up ahead, well, at least one of them blew their engine. There's smoke everywhere. So it's just sort of a little bit of sarcasm. This is a very bad video showing a, I believe, young lady getting run over by this Camaro. So I don't think this date and this way of impressing other people really came off the way they expected. If I haven't completely alienated you and made you want to turn this video off yet, well, I appreciate you sticking with it because this is the meat of what I wanted to get to. This is the list of things that I want you to be aware of and to consider before you go joining up in a street takeover, street racing, whatever. So you can think about this bullet list of items and say, hey, is this upcoming event going to be one where I could actually get caught for various reasons or whatever? So let me go down all of this and just show you some of these things so that you can learn a little bit more about it and figure out what you might want to do in the future. I'm not going to bore you or myself with the specifics of just how harsh law enforcement can make your life. but just let it be known. If you own a car, it can be towed. If you're a spectator, you can get a citation. And this stuff is not cheap. In some areas, the cities are closing down roads. So, before you go hauling down a road, you might want to check it out and make sure everything is good. Now, there's also unmarked cars. All right, you know about that. And the phantom cars. Now, this is pretty cool. They're not just going to use regular run-of-the-mill unmarked police cars. They're going to have some pretty awesome cars out on the road. Furthermore, they're going to have unmarked or phantom plainclothes police officers as well. So you're going to see people out there making specific eye contact with a lot of people. I kind of like this. Cameras on houses and businesses, and like the Ring that you could set up for your house, not just the doorbell, but other cameras. And if you go out and watch Rob Ferretti, you'll see some good examples from him. This clip was just showing some carjackers that had taken one car. Guy was all mad when he ran into that hole. And, cops finally showed up. There's all kinds of soap opera to this video. But anyway, pretty interesting stuff. Any home that you go driving by, well, it could have multiple sets of cameras. This is the same incident, but viewed from the Ring cameras. And this was an interesting clip from a gas station. Thought I'd play this again in slow motion. This is really such a tragedy. Don't know the circumstances or context behind this accident, but man, this is really bad stuff. And be aware, there are shopping malls that have really fantastic camera systems. Take a look at this setup. Here, this mall has a set of cameras all tied in together with what they call smart analytics. These cameras can differentiate between people and vehicles. Here he's gone back into previous data, found a red Jeep, and he's going to be watching this Jeep. By clicking on that red Jeep, he can go back and find all the occurrences relative to all the other cameras and find out where that Jeep came from and where it's going to. On the bottom right of the screen, you can see the grouping of this red Jeep, and he can click on each one of these occurrences and create a timeline start to finish of this car going all the way from entering onto the property and exiting the property. This is very useful. Cell phones on group talk. Now, at one place that I've worked, I have actually used Voxer, a very good means of communications, and these police officers can use this stuff really, really well, especially when they have specific terminology that they use, so that even if there's some way you can overhear anything they're saying, you're not going to have any idea what these code words might mean. This last item, I think, is just kind of ridiculous. Posted pictures and videos on social media. People tend to advertise their activities, and this is a great way of getting into a huge amount of trouble. And I can't for the life of me figure out how streetracing.com, all of these folks have not been caught yet. This is just really strange to me. But there are a lot of y'all that will get caught because you're posting stuff on social media.
All right, that'll do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe down below. Give that thumbs up, some comments, so that I can gauge myself as to whether I'm providing y'all with good information, and guide me into anything else that you would like me to talk about and research for you. That would be great. I hope this was decent enough information that it will spark your interest and make you think whether or not you want to engage in specific behaviors and activities. Be very careful of group think. You can easily get sucked down into really negative things. So when you're around your peers and you want to just be a part of the gang, hey, that's really great. Doing some of this stuff that's illegal is just not great. It's not going to serve you any greater purpose in the long run. So I hope that in that respect, you view this video as a good video and something where I'm showing you that I care about you and all of our communities. I don't want to see all these really cool cars get thrown under, the compactor because there's too many of us that do illegal activities. So let's try to think about what all of these bad behaviors do to our future. So anyway, with that, try to relax, try to take it easy, try to think clearly, and do what you really should do. And I will see you later. Bye.